Your family, your health, our passion. This is Family Practice with Dr. Jeffrey Fox, sponsored by Family Practice Associates of Lexington, PSC. Visit us at fpalex.com and like us on Facebook.
Welcome to this episode of Family Practice. I'm Dr. Jeff Fox. Are you tired, worn out? Is fatigue a problem for you? We've got the information that might help you. Also, we're 3 years into COVID. What have we learned and what might be next? Also, this month is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. We've got the expert to talk about that. And we're going to tell you how to get free smoke alarms in your house. My first guest is Dr. Jimmie Rossi, who's a family doctor, colleague of mine at Family Practice Associates. Welcome.
Yes, thanks for having me, Dr.
All right,
Fox.
now I said fatigue, okay?
Yep.
That means different things to different people. Is there a way to define really what it is?
I think we're touching on a pretty broad topic. It's probably no surprise that a lot of people feel fatigued, but they mean different things. And there's a difference between waking up tired and going about your day and starting to build up energy. There's a difference between getting sleepy towards the end of the day versus fatigue, where you feel like you can't do things, or you feel like you need badly to do something and you just don't have that energy.
Is there a concern, is it, when I say fatigue, does it necessarily mean sleep problems, you're falling asleep, muscle weakness, shortness of breath? Do those things make a difference?
Absolutely. I try to, explain to patients that we see that fatigue comes from a lot of different sources. So in general, if you feel fatigued, there's going to be a cause we may or may not find, but there's more than likely multiple causes. And that could be your sleep, and that could be your exercise, and that could be your diet. We could dive into those a little. Yeah.
Now you mentioned those are mostly lifestyle things, so we can maybe talk about diseases a little bit, but lifestyle can sometimes be a cause of and or fix fatigue.
I actually think that might be the reason I picked the topic. That most people can feel fatigued and not necessarily see where it's coming from. They might think it's something they did the last 2 days or a weekend or the last month, but more than likely fatigue is built up over time. And for the things that we look for, that we worry about, those might be more immediate or more short-term, but for the problems we all deal with, they tend to build up over months and years. And that could be not sleeping efficiently. That could be not being active for long enough. That could just be having a unhealthy diet.
So you talk about not sleeping efficiently.
Yeah.
A lot of people have sleep trouble, and sleep apnea falls in that category also. Is that sometimes a cause?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think there's sometimes where we're just not sleeping enough, and there's other times where you'd be surprised to find the hours of sleep you're getting aren't useful to you, and aren't really nourishing and replenishing you when you need it. So.
And then you also mentioned exercise. Can you exercise too much?
Yeah, probably so. Am I somebody that exercises too much? No, and it's going to be hard to find somebody that exercises too much most of the time. But in general, if you overuse the energy you produce, you may fall behind there too. I like to think that the things we use, or the things that use our energy, tend to build up more energy in the long run. So if you're exercising now, in the future you should be able to do more.
Now you also mentioned diet, obesity, alcohol, tobacco, all those can affect energy levels?
Yeah, I think we get energy by the nutrients we take in, by the oxygen we breathe, by moving those things around the body to the places they're needed. And if you're doing things that take more energy, or if you're doing things that use your body for other things, drinking, smoking, you will suffer in other areas.
So how do you fix that? What do you do?
I do think it's helpful to be mindful of what your lifestyle is, because nobody's lifestyle is going to be perfect, but sometimes there's things that are just hidden from us. They're just right in front of our face. So first thing would be to step back and look at what you're doing in your lifestyle. And I have to do that as well. Next, though, would be to pay attention to when this fatigue is more than just being tired. It's more than just waking up groggy, when you actually can't get done things that you need to do. That's a time when you might turn to us. Let us take a look at some things that you wouldn't be able to catch yourself.
Okay, just real briefly though, tell me some, when they come in to see you because it's just gotten that they can't manage it, what are some diseases you're looking for?
Well, we have innumerable diseases, probably doesn't surprise you, and the main ones we're looking for are done in some of our routine screening panels. We're looking at people's thyroids to make sure that they're functioning correctly. We're looking that you have enough blood cells. We're looking that your kidneys still filter things out of the body so that your body's not busy dealing with that. We're definitely looking at organs that can be damaged by things like smoking and drinking alcohol. That would be the liver and the lungs. And all those together are what our body needs to create energy, to not be fatigued. So we're looking for any cracks in the armor or any specific organs maybe that aren't pulling their own weight. Yeah.
Well, that's great information. We appreciate you coming in. And if you're fatigued and things aren't getting better, you ought to see your doctor. We'll be right back.